My name is Connor O'Shea and I am president of Westgen Technologies. At Westgen, our mission is to solve the problem of gas pneumatics. For those of you who aren't familiar with pneumatic devices, a good example is the air gun that is used to change the tires on a Formula One car. In oil and gas, we use pneumatic devices for opening and closing control valves and running injection pumps on well sites. The big difference is that in oil and gas, we don't have compressed air on the well site, so instead we use the high pressure gas that is coming out of the well. The main downside of this is that once we've used the gas, it vents to the atmosphere. And this creates a very large problem in the form of emissions. According to the IEA, the emissions from these devices are more than 500 million tons of CO2 equivalent per year. That's the same as 116 million cars. The story of Westgen starts about 3 years ago when an operator was injured from a fire that happened in a building that had pneumatic devices venting gas inside. The oil and gas company who operated the site called my business partner Ben, who was their engineering provider, and asked if he could change their design to eliminate venting of gas from these devices. Ben calculated if he had a 5 horsepower air compressor, he'd be able to eliminate the usage of the gas, install high pressure compressed air, but Ben ran into something he didn't expect. Something we now call the remote power generation gap. Traditionally, oil and gas producers power their remote well sites using devices like thermoelectric generators or fuel cells, which max out around 0.5 kilowatts. Given this limitation, the best zero venting solution that Ben could come up with increased the cost of the well site by several $100,000. The producer decided it wasn't feasible to spend that much money and reverted back to venting gas through pneumatics. We knew a better solution was required and Westgen was founded. The goal, to find a way to eliminate venting of gas through pneumatic devices without increasing the capital cost compared to today's designs. 3 years after setting out with this goal, we have our solution. It's called EPOD, which stands for Engineered Power on Demand. EPOD is enabled by a proprietary control and electrical system design presenting a solar hybrid solution to the remote power generation gap. The EPOD delivers 6, 20, or 30 kilowatts of power and provides double the instrument air that used to be available at 50% less cost. By integrating common well site components into a modular shop fabricated package, we can reduce the capital cost of a new well site compared to today's gas venting designs. Compared to the other zero venting solutions currently available, like electric actuation, our offering is even more attractive. By eliminating gas venting, producers can sell the gas, and this turns an expense line into a revenue line. It turns out that there are a lot of emissions left behind even after high bleed wells are retrofitted to low bleed. By replacing gas with compressed air in the system, we create a step change in well site emissions to reduce emissions by more than 99%. And it turns out that pneumatic devices don't like gas as they tend to get gummed up. EPOD provides clean, dry instrument air, which increases reliability and therefore increases production. Our first unit started up in December last year and has proven itself through a Canadian winter. Just 10 months later, we have dozens of units deployed or in the works with 17 different oil and gas companies across Canada and the US. In a recent case study, one producer reduced the capital cost of their overall site design by eliminating the need for fuel cells and by integrating their control panel into the EPOD enclosure, which is general area classification. This EPOD is currently providing 8 standard cubic feet per minute of instrument air to the site, offsetting the equivalent of 2,900 tons of CO2 equivalent per year. It will pay for itself in less than 1 year based on carbon credits. With EPOD, Westgen offers a solution to eliminate gas venting on brand new greenfield well sites. But we realized the big opportunity was to find a way to economically go back to the thousands of existing well sites. We asked for and received $1.3 million in funding from Emission Reduction Alberta to develop and demonstrate a solution. Our solution will be based on the same design as EPOD, but fit for purpose for the brownfield retrofit market. The real innovation this time is the financial innovation. Through this project, Westgen will be demonstrating a model where these units will be given away to producers for free in exchange for a portion of the carbon credits that the unit generates. The first units will be deployed in Q1. With no spending required on the part of the producer, we believe this can be a great solution for industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Connor O'Shea, and Westgen Technologies is here to bring a breath of fresh air to the problem of gas pneumatics.